Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Now, I did say that there was going to be one of these. I am redoing the Sims 4 tutorial on how to get DragonFruit. I'm going to try to keep it short and simple because I did have someone comment that I could keep it shorter, so I'm going to try to. As well as people kept asking me questions on where to find things, or they didn't have certain DLCs. So, exclusive for this, for the people that don't have DLCs, I will not focus on any of the festivals that will give out anything or give DragonFruit at all. I'm going to mainly focus on getting to the certain levels that I need. I'm going to focus on gathering things, and I'm also going to try to I'm going to try to basically help as best as I can. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's hop right on in. So first things first, so here in Willow Creek, you can find Snapdragons and strawberries here in the Foundry Cove. I believe you can also find them in the courtyard, and as well as the Crawdad Quarter at the, the Magnolia Park, at the park. Oasis Springs, I'm not too fondly familiar with, so I'll have to actually jump into here and actually show you guys where exactly you'd have to actually find it. As well as in Newcrest, if you do decide to place your home here, there are usually strawberries and snapdragons at the corners. I'll go ahead and go into that once I go into these areas and show everyone where these are. So simply right now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hop right in here to Bargain Bend, and we're going to start by building a home while also getting started. Alrighty, so I went ahead, built a nice little small home. Now, I did take a little bit of time to do all this. This is usually how I do it. Every time that I start a save when I'm going into Sims, I always start off building a nice little home. Try to give all the necessities. Don't start with tables, don't start with TVs or anything. It can all just come later, because as you get that gardening going, it's going to be good. So those of you that want to actually build your sim and don't really want to send them off to a job, this is mainly how you get it done. And I can make another tutorial on basically how to make simoleons fast, starting from square one first day. Okay, so now comes the first part I would start with, and that would be gathering your ingredients. Now, wherever you start, if you start in Newcrest, if you start in Oasis Springs, or you start in Willow Creek, what you have to do in order to find these items is to look around. People have asked me where to find snapdragons and strawberries. It's very simple. Stop your time right down here at the bottom, and you can go ahead, look around for certain plants. Now, they have not spawned in yet. If you start a new game, you need to give the game time to load in all the plants. So as you see, there's nothing really here except for this tree that leads you into the elder green. And I can do another tutorial on how to get in there if you have not figured out how to get there. So for right now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to have my sim do some things, and then once certain amount of time has passed, I'll go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and have him fish. Okay, so roughly at the bottom here, it's roughly 9 a.m. So, and as we can see right here, a little geode has spawned, which as soon as that happens, see how these plants were here before? Now, if you go around to these plants, you can hover your mouse right over it, the wild bluebell, and this one right here is what we're looking for. This is the Snapdragon. So, however, it is not ready to harvest. It will not be ready to harvest till the next day. Now, if you have the Seasons DLC, I'm not sure how that works. I do not have it on computer yet. I do want to get that so that way I can see how this works. But vanilla game, no DLCs, no mods or anything. It's every day. So as soon as we go from Sunday to Monday and it hits 6 to 7 in the morning, this plant will fully sprout snapdragons, which will be harvestable. Now, for strawberries, it takes a little time to find because you do have to find the bush. So as you see back here in the garden, here's a bush, and that is the strawberry bush. So we found the strawberries and we found the snapdragons in Willow Creek. Now, however, it's going to be difficult to try to find them in the other ones because I do have to load in over there. So right now we will focus on just Willow Springs. So we found the strawberries and we found the snapdragons, but we can't get them yet. So it is now 5:15, so it starts between 5 and 6. Because as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it looks like. Between 5 and 6 is when they all start kind of generating up. So when that happens, all you got to do is that next day you just click harvest that, because if you click harvest all, it usually harvests what's in like the near vicinity. I'm gonna go ahead and jolt my sim awake right now, and Liberty Lee is still there. Ay. All right, speed it up. We got the first one. That is the Snapdragon. Let's go all the way up here. We got to go now grab these strawberries. And then once you have both, just simply come back to your little home area and just simply open up the tab, grab one, drop it in the world. Simple as that. Now, I usually, between each one of these, I usually leave a space so that way my sim can walk through. So I always do it like this, like so. I usually start off with 4 of each because they each give you 10. So that right there would be 40 Snapdragons, and I would sell the rest. And then same thing with strawberries. This way, instead of doing just one, I do 2. I do 2 rows like that, because that way, like I said, it gives the sim enough space to walk through. There are gardening boxes that do make it a lot easier. However, I usually start like this before I get the boxes, just so that way I can prioritize everything that I need to. So, and then with strawberries and like fruits and stuff, I usually take them and I store them in the fridge for anything that I could possibly cook with them. It takes off some simoleons, so it's always good to have that. All right. Next step is to plant everything. You just simply have to click on one, and he should go by and plant them all. All right. So once he's got them all planted, click on one of the first ones and click water. This way he'll water them all, or she will water them all. All right. So now, with all these planted and ready to go, they usually take a few days to actually get going. There are a few things you can help the quality of them, because as I did say in the other video, quality does help. It usually ensures better things as well as more simoleons. Now, it doesn't mean that whatever you take off of there will be planted at that quality, just means that whatever comes off will be that quality. So, with this, you got quality normal and quality normal. It starts off at halfway in the yellow. So what I would recommend is at one of these fishing spots, which are always designated by these little fishing signs, is fish. And hopefully when you catch just a little bit of fish, you can actually fertilize. However, you can't fertilize till between gardening skill 3 and 4. Now, if you don't want to use these, you can also use plants around. Snapdragons are one of the best because they are the highest, unless you can get daisies. As a quick little tip, you can also look for frogs. And you can also harvest all these items here by just simply click harvest all if you need some simoleons at the beginning of the game. Usually helps anyone that needs a little bit of a helpful boost. Alrighty everyone, and the other thing that you're going to actually need to get once you finally plant your Snapdragons and your strawberries, just so that way you get everything going, you have to start getting your gardening skill up. Now, as some people know, gardening skill needs to at least be level 5 in order to graft. Now, easiest way to do this is to keep harvesting the things in your area. That helps boost up. Once you hit the 2nd level of gardening, you can walk up to these plants that you've planted at your house and you can research. And what this does is this will open up everything that you probably need to know. So as it says at the top, I have researched Snapdragon and updated the notebook. To learn more, click below, or you can click your little green notebook down here. And we go over here to gardening, Snapdragon. Snapdragon flowers form in characteristic steeples, all bright and colorful. Graft with strawberries to get dragon fruit. Now, like I said, in order to do that, you will need to get to rank 5. And it's not difficult. All you got to do is really just keep up with your plants, take care of them, water them, do everything you need to do, and no time in doubt, you will be at rank 5. Alright, so as you see, strawberry plants grew, but the Snapdragons didn't. Snapdragons do take a little bit longer, and that's fine. Alright, so we're right before 5 a.m. Now, if we do wait that like few seconds, we can see if these will get strawberries. And sadly, it's because I don't think they were... Oh, wait, nope, there they are. There's the strawberries. You kind of see them right there. See that nice little red berry right there? So right now, since these were fully matured before 5, we will get strawberries off of them. So, and now we reached gardening skill level 3, which we can now find fun while gardening, which is our little nice little need meter. And as well as we can fertilize plants. So that means we could take fish or other plants that we've gotten and fertilize the other plant. Alrighty everyone, and now as you see from the top right, we have reached gardening level 5. James can now take cutting and graft to create a hybrid plant. As well as I also got some weeds on my plants. So first thing I need to do is weed them out. And I also need to spray for bugs too. So with all that done and out of the way, there are 2 ways you can go about this, but each will end up the same. So, and I will do the example with these first 2 right here. So, let's say I wanted to take the cutting from this one. You need to take a cutting from either your strawberry or Snapdragon plant. Now, this is where it comes in. So now we're going to take a cutting of the Snapdragon plant, which you'll see him do. What he'll do is he'll go ahead and snip it. Snip, snip. Now, you have this graft of this plant. So if you go to your inventory and you go down, you see right here, splice garden shoot, and then plant shoot taken from Snapdragon. You take that, you click on the plant that you want it to go to. So DragonFruit is Snapdragon and strawberry. So you take that cut that you took from this one, so you don't take cutting on this. You go up to the special one named graft. You graft and you take that one from your Snapdragon and put it onto your strawberry. Now, as you watch, what happens is it's no longer a strawberry bush, as we also got splice of life. So what ends up happening is that grafting was added to a strawberry bush, and now it made a splice plant. Now you see that it says strawberry, dragon fruit, and Snapdragon. So what that did was now, since those 2 are mixed together, it has a chance of making a dragon fruit. And there was someone that commented, do you get a dragon fruit and plant it? Or no, they asked, okay, so they asked if you can plant it. And yes, it gives you the fruit and you can plant it. Like any plant that's out here, I could go to this Snapdragon over here, I can grab a Snapdragon off of here and I can take it back to my place and I can plant it. It's generally how it is. Now, let's say, oh, well, I wanted to take the strawberry cut and put it on a Snapdragon. Well, same process. You take the cutting from the strawberry bush and you would apply it over to your Snapdragon. Because let's say you have a really awesome strawberry bush, so you wanted to put it on your brand new Snapdragon. Well, take that, put it on your Snapdragon, and boom. Now you get the splice plant. No matter which plant you splice and add it to, the one that you put the cutting on is going to become your spliced plant. However, and also this comes into consideration, do not take multiple cuttings. Take too many cuttings and you kill your plant. For example, let's say, oh, well, let's take another cutting from the Snapdragon one right here. Oh, well, it's not dead yet, but you could see up at the top. See how the life diminished? The life will slowly drain. Now, let's see if I can't find one of my... Okay, so see that strawberry bush? These 2 were at the same quality level. As you take the snippings, it kills the plant. if I take one more, watch what happens. This plant is now dead. So this plant, you would have to have a very high gardening skill to bring back, or you just have to get rid of it. As of right now, we'll just go ahead and get rid of it. So now we got the 2 splice plants that will get us the dragon fruit. Well, you're 90% of the way there. As you see, these plants are not fully grown. When these plants fully grow, they would probably look more of a strawberry bush. And every day you must check. When you go to click on your plants, there's usually the harvest button. So let's go to another plant over here. So when you go to a plant, let's say, let's go to the bluebell plant. See how there's a harvest bluebells? It tells you right at the top, harvest is 10 bluebells. So when you go to your splice plant, it'll say harvest, and you'll see what you got. Normally, you could probably see your dragon fruit, but we'll just have to wait and see. All right, so as we can see here, all the plants are grown. Now, this is one of the splice plants. This is the other one. Just showing you that I didn't accidentally plant another Snapdragon or another strawberry. So, it turns out whatever plant that you graft that cutting to, so the Snapdragon went to the strawberry bush, it still looks like a strawberry bush. However, it's a splice plant for all 3 of them, for strawberry, dragon fruit, and Snapdragon. Taking the strawberry cutting and adding it and grafting it to a Snapdragon plant will still make it look like a Snapdragon plant. Right, so vice versa on both of those. As of right now, 5 a.m., now we can see just what they turn out. So normally you get 10, you get 10 of everything. Oh, and right there, as we can see, we have a lovely dragon fruit. How about on our other plant? Don't really see dragon fruit on there. Wait, is that a hidden dragon fruit in there? Nope, that's a strawberry. It looked like a dragon fruit, but you can kind of see the fact that this is like kind of more purplish pink texture. So maybe I'm just seeing things there. So let us just let time go by a little bit more. All right. So now when you come here, you see how there's harvestables? Normally on a regular plant, it shows just what it is, harvest strawberries. However, on the splice plants, they show harvestables. So what we're going to do is we're going to harvest the one with the dragon fruit. So after harvesting it, it'll show up in your inventory. Now, dragon fruit normally sold for $250. What you do with that dragon fruit from your inventory, you just take it out like you normally do with any other plant. I'm going to plant it right back here. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing we did for every other plant. Be careful, though. The first option that pops up is eat dragon fruit. You want to plant. Be very careful. If you do it too quick thinking he's going to plant it, you could accidentally eat your only dragon fruit that you have right now. All right, and then we water it. And there you go. So now you have your dragon fruit plant. And all you got to do now is just wait for it to grow, which usually takes between 1 to 3 days. Now, again, if you have the season's DLC, it may differ because certain plants change during seasons. So you have to be very, very careful of that. All right. So to summarize basically everything that has happened, you go in wherever you load in, you wait at least 1 sim hour. So usually it loads in at 8. You wait till about 9, have your sims do certain things, have them, take care of themselves, start doing activities like fishing, and then look around to find plants. You want to find yourself a Snapdragon plant, and you want to find yourself a strawberry bush. Once you find those, you must wait till the next following day between 5 and 6 a.m. Once 5 and 6 a.m. hits, they should have spawned in harvestables. They should have at least 10 each if you wait all the way till 6 a.m. to harvest it. You grab those, you at least take however many you want. I usually recommend at least 2 plants of each if you want to go ahead and get them. However, I would recommend between 4 to 6. 4 to 6 plants, because that way your gardening skill can get up fast. I did take a little bit of time. It's been roughly 5 hours. Now, but that does show you in just 5 hours of playing, I got DragonFruit. This is a brand new save. Now, I did take about an hour, 2 hour break in the middle. So technically, instead of 5 hours, it could have been a 3 hour. So if you start off with getting your plants, you plant them, get at least 4 to 6 plants of each of those. Not only that, you see my simoleons down at the bottom at 8,000. That it was just literally those snapdragons, strawberries, and those chrysanthemums. Only those plants had got me up to 8,000. And when I make my series, I will kind of break it down each episode, what I'm doing and what I'm going to try to do. I hope this was a little bit of a better tutorial. If you still have questions, I will be more than happy to answer them in the comments below. If this did help, feel free to hit that like button. Let me know if it was good. Let me know if it was a little long. I did want to try to make this a little better than the first one out. By the way, thank you all for the support on that. It has been amazing. I appreciate everything you guys did for that. That video just really shot off. It went from being one of my what I felt like is the most underrated video I've ever done to it shot up to being #1. But I hope this helped you. Like I said, find the Snapdragon strawberry bush around your area. You must wait at least 1 in-game hour if you start brand new. So from 8 to 9. Then you must wait till the next following morning, which is Monday morning between 5 and 6. Once you do that, you plant them in your yard. I recommend between 4 to 6 plants of each. 4 to 6 Snapdragon, 4 to 6 strawberry bushes. Then you work to get your gardening skill to level 5. Once you get your gardening skill up to level 5, then you take one cutting from either your strawberry bush or you take it from your Snapdragon plant and you put it on the opposite plant. So from Snapdragon to strawberry, from strawberry to Snapdragon. And then you must wait a whole nother day until this spliced plant is fully grown. If your spliced plant is not grown by the time 5 o'clock hits, you will not get the harvestables for that day, and you will have to wait a whole nother day. But after you get the spliced plant, you must check to see what the harvestable says. It will tell you, or if you look very closely, you will be able to see a dragon fruit, most preferably on a Snapdragon plant. You can definitely see it. However, either one is acceptable as long as you just maintain looking at your harvestables. Other than that, once you get your Snapdragon plant, as I said, you plant it and you're good to go. So I hope this was a helpful tutorial. Hopefully it was better than the first time that I did this round. Again, I was very new to it, and I hope I can get better at it. If you would like another video on something to help with in Sims, feel free to leave it in the comments below. If you need help getting something, or you can't seem to do something, or like you don't know how to get somewhere, like how to get to the Elder Gleam beyond this tree, feel free to leave in the comments below. I will be more than happy to do another video. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully this helped out, and hopefully you guys can get your very own dragon fruit. So, thank you all for watching. Stay safe out there.